Let's see what we got now. We got audio? Okay. I think we got audio. Let me talk through the mic. A little low. A little low. Could be louder. I'm trying to understand why you're not hearing the audio from. You're not hearing the audio directly from the cam, but let me see something here. Let's see. It's just iPad microphone. Let me see what other audio options they got. Okay, that's gonna be the same audio. Okay, let's see how loud it is. If you can hear me, because if you can hear me, then we're just gonna roll with it. Yeah, I believe you can hear me. All right, so if everybody can hear me, do me a favor. So I can barely hear you for real. Crap. I don't want to shut down the stream and start again, but let's try something here. Let's go with a different headset. See, crap. Let's go with a different headset. Turn the TV down. That could be a problem. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix the audio issues right now. I'm going to use a different headset. Let's see if it has a mic. And it does not. Was looking for this headset all day yesterday and it doesn't have a mic. Okay, so give me a second, y'all. This is a whole new experience, okay? Bear with me. Bear with me. You know, some technical difficulties. So let's plug this in. Let's see if it takes over the audio. Yesterday I had it rolling. Okay, so the game source. Let me see if the game source is coming through. Okay, so the game source is coming through regular. For whatever reason, the stream's audio is not actually. Let me pop off the microphone and pop it back on. Okay, where we at now? Let's see. Okay, it says the microphone was off, and now it's on. You said, what team should you rebuild? The Texans. Okay, so what I normally do is I don't normally have this audio from the microphone up here, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, game source, go ahead and lock that up. Okay, game source. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Give me 1 second here as I readjust this camera. Okay, so we have running audio. And if it's all cool for you guys and people, let me know. Do you hear me better now? Everybody hearing me better now? We all good? I think it sounds louder. Let me see, because I want to make it louder because I don't want to. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do a test, right? It looks like it says the camera is the one bringing the audio through because I can see the marker moving. So this is what I'm going to do for my own personal privacy. I need to be able to, turn audio off and turn it on sometimes. So I'm gonna check right now to see whether or not it mutes. One second. I'm gonna check right now to see whether or not it mutes. One second. Right now to see whether or not it mutes. One second. Let's see here. Do they have a mute button? Here we go. Mute. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. All right. All right. So here's the thing. We are live. Um, oh, I can turn this down actually. Now that we know. So we are live. Just to let everybody know, I am live on TikTok. I am live on YouTube, and I'm also live on Amazon. This is what's gonna happen. Give me 2 or 3 quick minutes to go and grab something, grab a bottle of water, and I'll be right back and we'll be able to start it up. Luigi, I did say the Texans, and I can't wait to chop it up with you about some, gaming topics and just sports in general. Ben, what's up with you? Shout out to my moderators, Luigi. Shout out to my moderator, Ben, and shout out to every moderator that's a part of 51 Dynasties community. Like I said, give me 2 minutes to just run downstairs and grab a bottle of water, and then we're going to start this up. All right. I am back. Let me check the audio, make sure we're good. Okay, we're good. All right, I'll be up on, I'll update you on the end of the season. Okay, I'm averaging 0.2 per game in 2K, really? State championship tournament, game 1, 113-3. I think game 2. Well, you can improve your stats. That's what the whole season's for. Hold up with the TikTok chat. I need to pull that up on this. and sit this right here. That way I can see you guys while we're talking. And then for the YouTube, he said those scores. Um, those are scores, but at the same time, you still had the rest of the season, right? Or was it the league championships? He said state championship 1-13 for 3. I think game 2 was 2-5. W game. Well, at least you won 2 out of 3. You know, that's a victory in my book. Manny, yo, shout out to my moderator, Manny. Can I view my own chat? Okay, cool. We got the YouTube's 2-5. Let me turn this down. Okay, YouTube is pulled up. All right. I'm getting to the championship game, and it was 22-5 game 2. Hey, well, there it is. You know, there it is. You improved them stats. I think probably this weekend coming, I'm going to look to, I don't know. I kind of like to take this hat off. I kind of like the audio that I'm getting from these Razer headsets, so I might just roll with it. Let me say something so we can at least get this across. This is not a podcast or nothing like that. I did that earlier today. But to inform everybody why I was missing, I was sick. My wife and me, luckily, not my, family that lives with me, but basically I lost my voice. For the first time in all of my life being a talker, I literally lost my voice. It was it was kind of like Voldemort type thing, right? And after looking up certain documents and things like that, it was advised to me to basically not use my voice. So I had to take a couple of days off. Then I got my voice back, and then I was still sick, mucusy, passing out. Not like passing out during the day, but like how like you'd be like, I'm a little bit tired, I'm gonna lay down. That turned into like I lay down. There was one time I think I went to sleep at and it threw me completely off. I think I went to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and woke up at like 9. And I was like, what the hell? Lost the whole day. Got over that. And then my computer took a crap, which is understandable. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years. So I went out and bought a new updated iPad. And that's what I'm running everything through now. So it took a while to kind of get everything figured out. As you can see today, I have brought back YouTube. Permanently, the setup will be Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok all at the same time. TikTok means a lot to me. It's somewhere where I put in 40 hours guaranteed every month, and I will be doing that this month as well. YouTube means a lot to me. They've been where I started when I started my journey. And Twitch also is a great place for live streams for people. It's kind of like one of those to be honest, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you should be on Twitch regardless, like talking to other content creators and stuff like that. I realized like maybe I should be on Twitch, because I'm like not giving people that the option to be able to be on any of those. Now I'm not telling you where to go, where to listen, where to be, but basically, get in where you fit in. Okay. And at the same time, this will be the permanent standpoint. Sometimes what's going to happen to bring you guys up to speed, sometimes I'm going to do streams, but they may not be 3 hours. Today, it's about 7 o'clock, so I know I can get in a couple hours. I did about 4 hours yesterday. Today, I'm going to try to get in a couple hours, but during the week, it may be like an hour or 2 hours here or there. And then on the weekends, that's when we go, go ham and go kind of crazy with the, 6 and 7 hour streams. Give me 1 second. It's majorly hot. I don't know whether, 1 second. I don't know whether I think it's the heat from the TV. I'm not really sure, but sometimes the heat gets up there. Washington weather is like that, where it be cold one moment, then hot the next. But yeah, just wanted to update everybody. I didn't want you to think that, I was just basically like, oh, I don't want to go live or something like that. Like, I be chilling. And also, I think it's a little dark. So let me get my light in here. So that way, you can see a ball and it doesn't look like a dark stream. Just give me a second here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Boom. Okay, what we looking like? What we looking like? Did it brighten it up some? Yes, it did. Let's bring the light, change that. Say that one, and increase, I forget what the brightness is. There we go. Increase the brightness. All right. So yeah, now you can see me better. Okay. So we have things rolling. Let's see. Luigi said, "I'm getting the championship game too. State championship lost 3-2 on a walk off. Stranded too many runners on third and the bases, and biased umps. Well, I mean, you know the old saying, it's hard to play against the team and the refs. So if you were in a situation where, the refs were against you, you really had no option, to be honest. And you shouldn't feel any kind of way about that. It happens a lot. Myself personally, I think that the only reason why the NFL refs folded and decided to take the deal from the NFL was because if they would have used the referees that they were going to use and the games were called better, they would have never used them again, like the normal refs. So, NFL is what it is, but I see a lot of bias in like basketball where guys will be, basically like called for dumb calls, and fouling nowadays is just a whole mission in and of itself. So I think that, you can't play against the refs. Don't feel bad about that. You're going to have a down season. Even as a content creator, there are times where, AGR, yo, what's up with you, man? Um, uh, there are times where, as a content creator, you don't hit every marker that you want to hit. The algorithm sometimes doesn't go your way. I have seen a lot of success, but I've seen, having to start off from the ground up. And, sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. It depends on a lot of different factors. It could be the time of day, it could be the platform you're on, it could be the game you're playing. Like I mentioned earlier today, I want to bring other games to the platform, but at the same time, I'm good at Madden, and I feel as though I'm the best Eagle franchise streamer on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever else you want to be. So, yeah, I play other games, but I like doing what feels good to me type thing. So if I was to say anything to you with the sport, look at it like you had a down game, you had a couple down games. It happens. Um, Hell, to be honest with you, talking just baseball, my Phillies do it every year, and I'm still rocking a 12-inch. I don't know if you can see that there, putting it in the cam. If it pops up, let's see. I gotta raise my arm a little bit more. Let's see here. If you can see it, that's the bird right there. But if you can make that out, let me see if I can get that in the camera there. Move it over to the right a bit. Let's see here. Move it over a little bit more. And yeah, that long lettering you see is the Philadelphia Phillies logo. And at the same time, my Phillies ain't won a World Series in got to be almost 10 years, right? I still roll with them, still support the Phillies, the Sixers, the Eagles, love the Broad Street Bullies, stuff like that. But at the same time, we go through the same process. You win 800 something games, bomb out 100 something, home runs, and then Red October comes around and we demolish everybody, and then we get taken out before the World Series. Now, will it happen this year? Hopefully not. But if it does end up going that way, then basically, it's nothing you could do about it, especially when you're playing against the refs. So don't feel bad, shake it off. I don't know if your season's over. If your season is over, definitely shake it off and be ready for next year. And just look towards the future, man. Keep your head up. Don't let it be something that drags you down. Depression is the grave. Dig yourself out of it fast. And look at it like basically you'll be better, you'll get better with time. Hell, even Jordan didn't win every game. So hey, it is, you gotta kind of take it in stride in a sense. Okay, jumping into some things. This is a franchise where I'm at. And also to address the whole RGB thing, I heard a streamer say something about RGB is old or something. Let me say something. F that nigga. You see what I'm saying? Like RGB is to me incredible. I have it on my chair. I have it on my Xbox Rogue Ally X for my the circles around the thumb knobs and stuff. I plan on buying a headset, probably from Amazon, that another content creator recommended. That was only like $30. That has RGB on it. I would love to have that kind of on my head as well. So yeah, I'm big RGB fan. If you don't know what that is, that's for colors. Like I don't know if you can see the chair there because of the angle. Let me swing this way. Um, See in the chair. It's if it picks up. I went the wrong way. Uh, See in the chair where there's RGBs and it runs all the way alongside the chair, if I'm not mistaken, all the way down to the bottom. And then it rotates like colors around it and stuff like that. So it's one of the main reasons why I bought it. So yeah, just wanted to at least put that out there. Where we are is a Madden franchise in week 8. I have some trades and players that I've already made leading up to this. I'm being informed that I have to cut one person. And just to kind of bring you up to speed, because I know a lot of people may be curious about, how I feel about, let's say, the AJ Brown thing. Um, First of all, I have no disrespect, towards that guy. I feel like he was a great Eagle player for the time that he was an Eagle. I think that he has more so settled in his mind that he is not going to be here. Jordan Mailata has already mentioned that, they're working out the people that want to be here and they have to focus on the people that are here. And I think, in my opinion, what that means is that basically um, he's away from his family. Okay. And people like Jordan Mailata, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Makai Lemon, Jahad Campbell, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. These guys have families. They have girlfriends, wives. They have families they chill with on the weekend. Some of them have kids. And basically, they are present. Okay. They are trying to get ready for this year. We're trying to hunt down the Super Bowl. I'm going to say the same thing I say every year. Hopefully, it's our year. And my thing is for AJ Brown to not show up to practice shows me that you have either accepted the fact that you're going to be traded or basically you're going to start being a problem. I don't think there's any coming back from this. I don't think that basically I held out hope that, hey, leading to June 1st or so that basically he would, want to work it out. I saw something where he was at like a camp or something, a mini camp for, I guess, kids or something like that. And he was talking about how, he loves everybody and how basically, regardless of what you hear, it's not so much about what you hear. It's about that when you run down the facts of what went on, like let's really look at this. Okay, first you were arguing with Jalen Hurts. That's your first mistake. Okay, you're going back and forth with the quarterback. If anybody knows, that never leads well because that's something that Stephon Diggs did, with Josh Allen, and you see what that got him. Okay. First, he was arguing with Jalen Hurts. Then we move on from arguing with Jalen Hurts to arguing with um, Nick Sirianni, right? And then you're arguing with Nick Sirianni in a tunnel. Then you are, I guess, upset that you're not getting every pass that goes into the air. So you're what was he doing next? He was reading a book. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you look at any other, I don't want to say wide receiver because I don't want to put them out there like that, but if you look at any other player, quarterback wise, and some, because wide receivers don't necessarily do it, but quarterbacks, when they throw an interception or they have a bad play or something like that, the first thing, like, which is a model to me for the team, is that they go to the sideline and they get what is, used across NFL, a Microsoft tablet. And they review the plays and, they talk to the they talk to the what you call it? They talk 1 second, let me grab a jersey. It's kind of cool. 1 second. Ugh. I thought it only fitting that seeing as how we're talking about the new number one in Philadelphia, the boy Schmitty, you know, might as well break out the Schmitty, right? So yeah, what happened was basically um he was on the sideline reading a book, right? Um I have nothing wrong with people that, want to better their mental health. I think I say it all the time, look after your spiritual, physical, and mental health. Um, but that's not the time for that. Okay. What you should have been doing was reading plays, chopping it up with the quarterback, trying to get the game right. Now is not the time to throw a fit. Okay. Then after that, we lost in the playoffs, which I'm willing to acknowledge. Was it completely all his fault? I'm not gonna put it all on him, but there was some scenarios there where basically um, he could have caught the ball. Okay, and when the ball was given to him, he dropped it. Now, I'm not saying you need to be traded for that, but what was, I think, the final nail, well, one of the final nails in the coffin was the fact that after the game, you chose not to talk to the media. And to be honest, as an Eagles fan, I want to at least know where your head was. What was going on, where are you, and kind of like, what went into this game. Now, if you want to say, not talk to us and then get to a point where, let's say hypothetically, you don't talk to anybody until next year, that's one thing. But to not talk to your community, which is the Philadelphia Eagles base, and then turn around and say, okay, I'm going to go on the Julian Edelman podcast and I'm going to basically, from what I could tell, fall in love with the Patriots and talk about how I always loved, the Patriots and I grew up a Patriots fan in his mind, showed me that for whatever reason you wanted out. If I was the general manager, Howie Roseman, and I saw a guy say, I'm not going to talk to the Philly media after everything I just named, I'm not going to talk to the Philly media. I'm going to go on, you know, uh, Julian Edelman podcast and talk about my love for the Patriots. And then I'm going to, accept jerseys from Julian Edelman that are signed by him and Brady and make it into a post. And, you got people like, I think I heard something about an agent of his or something saying that, hey, sometimes he trolls and stuff. That's not something we play over here. I'm not speaking for um SR. It was his fault. Y'all lost. Worry about you not getting the ball and the most important. I mean, where I'm coming from is like I agree with Ben. You can't ask for the ball and then drop the ball. And what took me out was the fact that like and this is something that just happened today. Um, what took me out was the fact that they had and shout out to him. I think marriage is a great thing. I encourage everybody to, if you ever think about it, to take that leap. It was one of the greatest decisions I ever made in my life. I am probably close to my 15 year of marriage, and it's been perfect. Well, there are, don't get me wrong, there in life there's always ups and downs, but having a partner that you ride through life with is amazing. I would not you know give up my wife for anything. But where I'm coming from is he got married today, and one of the things, nothing against the Philly media, but one of the things they pointed out was that when Lane Johnson got married, I think they said Jordan Mailata was the like the guy that married him, and then Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts was there, and then it's easy to say, well, only current Eagles was there, but they also had Connor Barwin, who has not played for us in probably like 10 years, Zach Ertz, who's no longer on the team, Jason Kelsey, who was retired, and a bunch of other officials, right? But when AJ Brown got married today, the only person that was there, from what I could tell and what's being reported, was basically Darius Slay. So it kind of like puts like another barrier between you and the team, because I don't want to say that you weren't you didn't invite these guys, but that's kind of a bad look. So I wish him the best in his marriage. If he is going to be traded, I wish him the best wherever he's going to go. As an update on that, I was pointed out by one of the mods that he may not be a Patriot. He may be wherever we send him to, because it just broke about 20 minutes ago that a lot of other teams, I guess, have jumped into the trade window. And now that they know, hey, June 1st, we was about to trade, I guess it's how it's being reported. He was going to be traded to the Patriots definitely come June 1st, but other teams are willing to give up more than, I guess, what the Patriots are offering. Like the Patriots are offering from what I can tell, like a first round pick outright for him. But it sounds like other teams that would, love to have him there are like, hey, we'll give you a first round pick and a player or something like that. And right now I feel as though we need a safety. So, in my eyes, if you could say, as an example, if you could trade him to a team where you get a first and a young bull that can really play safety, I would go with that. I would not care about him going to the Patriots. I would not care about his love for the Patriots. How I would look at it is play where we send you, and that will really show who he really is. Do I believe that AJ Brown is going to keep his mouth shut all year about the Philadelphia Eagles? Hell no. I believe that somewhere during the season he's going to pop fly about us, whether he plays us or not. I think that whether it's on a streaming platform or whether it be an interview or something, he may not pop fly about the players, but he is. I feel as though eventually going to pop fly about the organization and the fact that he was replaced. I am not, in any way, shape, or form, worried about his future or where he's going to be or how he's going to settle in. I think that the best move we could have did was drafting Makai Lemon. I think that I'm already hearing, well, Makai Lemon is this and Smitty's this. I'm not really worried about that because, I let the team speak for me. I'm not one of those guys that sit up there and say, okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. I think we're going to be just fine, and I think we're looking good this year. So if we were going in, to be honest with you, if we were going into the season with, say, Devontae Smith, and I like Jahan Dotson, but, he left for the money too. But if we were going into the season with, say, Devontae Smith and Jahan Dotson or something like that, then I'd be real with you. I don't know how far we're going to go. But when you got, Smitty on the left, Hollywood Brown, who we all know is a good receiver. Let's not act like he's not. On the right, you got a new young ball, Makai Lemon, at the slot. To me, I think we're pretty good. You brought back Dallas Goedert. The defense is still rolling. And the one issue that I had, which I brought up, which was I wanted a edge rusher. I think that if we went into the season, nothing against those guys that we picked up in free agency, but Jonathan Grenard is a Pro Bowl proven edge rusher. So as far as I'm concerned, I no longer worry about the, you know, edge rusher position. So for me, I look at it like all ship forward. We should trade AJ for Grant Dippett and pick from the Browns because we need to say that's where I'm coming from. I look at it like if you can get a safety and a first, I would really not care about the Patriots. And what I think is gonna do is it's gonna piss him off, and he's gonna snap. And to be honest, when he does snap, he's gonna, in my eyes, I feel like if he gets traded to the Patriots, first of all, I think that whole, I love you guys and despite what you hear, let me be real with you. That's a business move. Okay. That is basically, I don't want my jersey sales to tank. I don't want all of Philadelphia to hate me. I don't want, my name to be mentioned as a diva or in a way I don't want to be, even though Terrell Owens went into Hall of Fame and even though Terrell Owens was a great wide receiver, he never ended up with a championship. And it not to say it went downhill from us. Um, it really started with the 49ers. But when you look at his career, he put up a lot of numbers and he, had got a lot of things done, but he basically went from team to team until he couldn't go anywhere else. I saw something maybe 2 or 3 years ago where Terrell Owens was talking about he wants to come back. And I'm like, yeah, you may be in shape, but you're like 50, but it's understandable because basically, you never got a championship and stuff like that. Now, AJ has a ring, right, with us. But at the same time, AJ understands that if he goes to the Patriots, he's going to be the number one wide receiver. Okay. They're going to throw him the ball every time. If he was averaging 1,000-yard season with us. I could see AJ Brown having a 2,000-yard season with the Patriots, easy. But I think that Howie Roseman should really think about the position that he was put in by him, and I think he needs to do what's best for the team. And right now we have Makuba, who is functioning as very good free safety. Um, I would send him to whatever team is going to give us the most picks and the best player. I would not care about his situation. I would not care about, anything, because how I look at it is, first of all, you're still under contract for the next, what, 2 or 3 years, and you're tripping out. So basically how I look at it is, you go where we send you. So for me, I'm going to introduce the team in case anybody's, first stream here. So I have Jalen Hurts and Shadari Sanders, Saquon Barkley, and this new young boy, Dylan Lennon, Patrick Ricard at fullback, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, Jameson Williams, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I have Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts Jr., and David Njoku. I have Jordan Mailata, Christian Dorsal, Quentin Nelson, Landon Dickerson, Big Cam Jurgens, and what I like to call Wayne Bell Biv DeVoe. If you don't know who Bell Biv DeVoe is, you ain't old enough to know. Right guard, Chris Lindstrom with Wyatt Taylor. Right tackle is Lane Johnson, and his heir apparent is going to be, in my eyes, Joe Alt. Left edge is Nolan Smith Jr. with Chase Young. Right edge is Max Crosby with Jonathan Grenard. Defensive tackle is Big Vita Vea, Dexter Lawrence II, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Njomu. Sam is JOK, Isaiah, and Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the Axeman. Middle linebacker is Devin Lloyd, Jack Campbell, Jahad Campbell, and Sean Peppers, the rookie. Will is Zach Bond, Matt Milano, and Fusaid. Cornerbacks are Sauce Garner, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Kamir Lassiter, Christian Benford, and Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, something that was explained to me is super rare before we move on from the quarterback room. Tariq Woolen got hurt in the game, and I was expecting it to say, hey, he's out for a couple of weeks. It actually flashed up career ending. He has a lumbar fracture. It says that he's going to be out 58 to 64 weeks. Now, the football season is only 18 weeks. So basically what that means is, from what I'm gathering, he would be out basically 5 years. Now, whether or not he actually recovers from this over the offseason, I doubt. And as far as him staying on the team, I put him on injured reserve. Every year, I'll put him on injured reserve just to keep him on the team, as a spiritual successor. But he's probably going to end up retiring. So that's why I went out and got other quarterbacks. At free safety, I have Trayvon. And strong safety, I have Eric Long, who's also a rookie. Now, the rookies I picked up were actually on their way to be X Factors. A lot of them are going to probably turn out to be X Factors, but I have to work them up. I'm also playing under the Madden profile of John Madden, so I have the coaching ability ranked up. So we are in week 8, and basically we have to cut one player, and I think the one player that should be cut, should be AJ Brown. Now, when I say cut, I'm not going to actually release him and let him go somewhere else. I'm going to see what his trade value is, which I think is still very high. We have a lot of people that step forward. I'm just looking to see if, back up on this TV a little bit, I'm just looking to see if anybody, like a superstar that wouldn't normally be available pops live. They didn't. Okay, so what I would say is I would go through the NFL number 1 and see if there's any greens. If there's any greens, then he'll go there. If not, I'll go to a team that's looking for a wide receiver and try, in my opinion, to finagle some picks. Try to get us some good picks there. As you can tell, his mentality also has lowered him on Madden. He used to be an X Factor. He is now a superstar. Will he get that back next year? That's up to Madden. I don't know. I don't want him in my division, so I'm not going to go with the Bears. The Bills don't. Let's see who's looking. Okay, the Browns are looking for a wide receiver, but they're looking for a wide receiver at number 3. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, you really want a number 1. What they're looking for wide receivers for. So okay, you got the Packers, but I don't, like I said, want to have them in my division. The Patriots, number 1, they're looking for as a wide receiver. They're an option. The Raiders have it at number 2. I'm more inclined to work with the Raiders. The Ravens have it at number 3. Steelers have it at number 3. Titans have it at number 1. So I would look. Wouldn't that be something if I send him back to? That's like the ultimate. In a way, that's like the ultimate screw you. You know, like, yeah, we're gonna send you back to the team where you came from, bro. They have a tight end. Excuse me. They have a defensive tackle that's pretty good. He might be 2 out of 3, but we're pretty good on defensive tackle, and I'm trying to come away from getting people that we don't need. They have a right edge who he's pretty okay. His motivation and tags, Super Bowl chance, head to historic championships. We have that. I would say because that's their only hidden player, and I'm looking to build up my youth department, I would say, how about your right edge rusher, and let's see how many picks they're willing to come up off. 3 picks in your right edge. Okay. Keep the right edge. Okay. Take off 1 pick. How much am I willing to give up? First of all, I already have in this year's draft 2 first-round picks coming in this year's draft. The Titans are picking number 5. I can understand that they don't want to come up off of number 5 because it's a very high pick. Let's see if you can move to the 2029 pick. Okay, a little bit more interest, but I'm not looking to give up anything else. So because the Titans are playing hardball, we're going to move on. Who was the other one? The Patriots, right? Patriots are AFC. I think I traded somebody over there, if I'm not mistaken, like Josh Sweat or something. Do they have any hidden? Okay, they have a center, which I don't need. They have that's a permanent player. They have a center who's a superstar, which I don't need, and a hidden tight end. David Njoku's getting kind of older. A tight end would be nice. Let's see. Okay, he can't run a deep route, but he is very fast. His motivations are he wants to be close to Florida and he wants to start a championship. What do they have in picks department? Okay, this is a no-go. They have no picks, basically. I think the Jets were a team that I noticed had a lot of first-round picks, so they might be willing more to work things out. I mean, I'll take a shot at number 1 and number 12, but it depends on how they work. Okay, so they're not willing to make that trade, which is more so understandable. I'm trying to see if I can so let's see who has multiple first-round picks. The Lions have 18 and 30. Would I take 18 and 30? Yeah, because I feel like this draft, when I looked at it, is very back heavy. So having multiple first round picks will give me the opportunity to pick good players. I would take 18 and 30. And it went through. So basically, AJ Brown now plays for the Lions. I have 2 first round. I was given 2 first round picks for him. So far, they're looking like 18 and 30. And we are below the count. I currently have 5 wide receivers who are Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, Jamison Williams, and starving Marvin Harrison. And as far as my pick count goes, I have currently right now, I have coming in this draft, which I will broadcast, I have 4 first round picks. I have number 18, 21, 27, and 30. I have no other picks in any other rounds, but I feel that 4 first round picks are more powerful than a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. So, he's gone. Now, where we are now is we got the Jaguars coming to town. So let's go ahead and line that up. What's the trade offers for? Jack Campbell. Austin, what's up with you? I've been good. Sick, to be honest with you. Lost my voice, got it back, got mucusy after the fact. Been snotting and sneezing. This is probably about the first couple of days where I've been able to not be mucusy. So I'm just glad to be healthy again. You know, you don't realize what you have until you don't have it type thing. So to be honest, I'm glad to be healthy, to be honest. You know, I have my health back and stuff. Also I just recently made everything work with um what you call it. I just made everything work with the stream where we're now gonna be live um permanently on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So get in where you fit in. And yeah, it's gonna be more content, more podcast. I might talk a little bit later tonight after this podcast. Who knows? Um, and at the same time, you know, we'll just be putting in a couple hours. I am going to be chilling with my wife later, so whenever she gives the go ahead, I will be doing that. Austin said, "What made you want to start streaming?" Um, to be honest, hold on one second. I need to do something real quick. I'm not shutting down the stream. I just need to do something real quick. Give me 1 second here. All right. Um, I'm back. Austin said, "What made you start streaming?" So, to be honest, as I set up the game, basically, I've been playing games as long as I can remember, with no exaggeration. I played. Hmm. Which one are you better at? Do you have a good zone? Ooh, your zone coverage needs work. Zone. Um, I've been playing games since before Xbox was created. AJ Brown getting traded on Madden. That bruh, that's what I had to do. Had to do what I had to do. Um, what happened was basically I was playing video games before there was an Xbox, before there was a PlayStation. To be honest, I'm an '80s baby, and in my generation, it was basically Nintendo and Sega, and then Nintendo crushed Sega, and I mean I still love Sega games, but you know I own a Nintendo Switch. I don't buy Sega games as much. Um, and then Xbox came out, and I fell in love with them. And then what happened was basically I want to say maybe a year or so after I met my wife, once I established myself in work and stuff like that, I ended up deciding that the best thing to do was to share the love of video games that I have with the world, but at the same time in a controlled method. Like take our our Discord, for instance. We have a running Discord. It's called the SR51 Media Server. It's available at Discord. It's public. You just have to agree to the rules, and anybody can join. The rules are the rules. I'm going to say that again. The rules are the rules. I have had to, without putting anybody out there like that, I have had to evac a couple people out of the Discord for breaking the rules. I have given the same authority to all mods. If they see anything wild or out of pocket, bounce them. Same way we run the streams. But at the same time, I moved into building an empire. That's why I don't refer to it as a brand anymore. It's more of an empire. We have a running website, which is SR51media.com, where over there you can find gameplay, article write-ups, and new content coming out daily. I recently just discovered that I can go live on YouTube and talk without actually showing my face, which is different because I know a lot of people see these streams and be like, well, why don't you just use your face? Sometimes you got to understand, like earlier today, I did a podcast, the SR51 Media Show, episode 3, for I want to say 3 hours, and I didn't show my face. Not because I was trying to hide from the cam, but I was washing dishes, doing laundry. It's a give and take thing in marriage. I had the time off, my wife didn't. So I decided to take care of a couple of things before the week, the work week started. But I was able to get across the points that I wanted to get across, and basically still, not have to worry about SoundCloud and people having to pay to listen and go onto different platforms. So basically, the same channel that you're watching this game stream on, there's a playlist called the SR51 Media Show. Over there is my takes on gaming news and entertainment. So if you get a chance, check it out. Drop a like. Maybe comment what you like, what you don't like, and we'll take it from there. But for me, getting into streaming was very easy because of the fact that this is not fake. You know, like, don't get me wrong, but I try to keep it as real as possible. I mean, some things are personal. There's everybody has a personal side to their life that they keep to themselves. But when it comes to gaming, I really love playing video games. So I was like, hey, why not start streaming now? I'm not one that gets into numbers or, what we're seeing or whatever, but I look at it like over if you can build over 1,000, then you're doing something right. And I've done that several times on several platforms. So for me, and the website's numbers are incredible. TikTok numbers are incredible. Twitch numbers, YouTube numbers, you name it. So I would say, if you're thinking about doing it, I would say find your own lane. Don't copy someone else. I mean, you can learn from someone. There's a difference between learning from someone and copying someone. Like, prime example, I have fellow content creators that I know. Some I know personally, and some I just, you know, found their channels online like anybody else. And basically, when I opened up the SR51 Media server, it was initially going to be just for us and the moderators. And then I realized, like, wow, we're in a situation where basically there's thousands of people that come to the website, thousands of people that come to TikTok, thousands of people that come to YouTube that are just being shut out. So I decided to open it up to the public. And when I opened it up to the public, I was wondering why it didn't skyrocket in numbers. But once it was explained to me from other content creators that run Discord servers, that basically when you have rules in place and you have, like, I think on our server you have to have a verified phone number. So what that means is, like, you have to be a real person. You can't be a sock account or some random just, person that, just created a Discord account yesterday and is going to come in and say something racial or homophobic or, religious, anti-religious or satanic or what else, political or any of that crap. So, a lot of times when you have the registered phone number with Discord, it keeps out the spam and it keeps out the trolls. I would rather have quality over quantity. And I mean that with everything. Whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, um, Discord, whatever, because I feel like safe spaces in gaming are better than, like, ridiculousness. To be honest with you, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, not every moderator can be present every day. And I don't put that on them. To be a moderator doesn't mean, okay, some people do that. Every time I go live, you have to be there. If you're not, I'm going to take the mod away from you. That's not how I operate. I have moderators that are into sports. I have moderators that are in college. I have moderators that are fans of other teams. I don't even think I have a moderator that's an Eagles fan, to be honest. Everybody has different teams. Especially on like TikTok and YouTube, there's Cowboys fans, Steelers fans. I've interacted, and people are a part of the 51 dynasties that are Cowboys fans, Lions fans, Commanders, Packers, Chiefs, Ravens, and we're all basically an internet family type thing. I use that term realistically because that's how I look at it. I never look at things like numbers, like, okay, this number, if we don't get to that, then I don't want to stream today. Or if this number doesn't get hit, then maybe I don't want to do it anymore. I look at it more like it'll grow when you grow it, and I understand that. One second, I need to take this cam down because I don't want to mess up my Nintendo Switch cord because I definitely need to buy another. Okay, cool. I definitely need to buy, crap. Hold on one second. Messed up YouTube there. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I look at it like basically, I don't want to say, okay, everything's based in numbers or everything is based in, likes and clicks and things like that. I respect the executives, I feel, because to be honest, they don't have to talk to us. Like, as much as I love um, YouTube, YouTube. As much as I love Nintendo, one of the downfalls I feel as though they have is that they don't talk, like, to be honest, they really don't. They don't talk to us at all. The only time, to be honest, and maybe that's, oh crap, the camera got messed up. Oh, well, now the camera's off, I can kind of bring it down some. One of the problems I feel as though, to bring that up, that Nintendo has is that they don't communicate well. Hell, as much as I may not be a PlayStation guy, I at least give them credit. At least, PlayStation will chop it up with you on Twitter, or, give a kind of like an opinion on certain things. Hey, this game came out. What do you think? The devs will, excuse me, the devs will communicate with you with Xbox. I'm a big fan of Xbox, love Xbox. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just see if I can get that in the camera there. I'm going to be getting a color change because, of course, Xbox changed the logo after I got it. But let me see if I can line it out there for you so it doesn't just seem like something I'm saying. You see that in there? Let me see if I can get up in the screen. That's full-blown Xbox tag. Okay. I also have the N64. I don't know if you can see that because of the cam. Let me move it over some. I also have the N60, the Game Boy, the N64 controller, and the Xbox Duke, right? I have a lot of other tats that I'll be putting pictures up of, but where I'm coming from is that um, I applaud the fact that Xbox will talk to you. Now, I don't think and I don't underscore the fact that basically they are not going to answer everybody. When shout out to the new Xbox boss, I don't expect her to respond to every guy that or girl or person that makes a comment on Twitter directed at her. But I do respect the fact that, I would say at least 2 or 3 times a week, she does actually post about something, whether it be, I think her latest post was talking about how uh, Forza, which I have, Jesus Christ, I have Forza 6 downloaded on my Rogue app. So I have it pre-installed on my Xbox and I have it pre-installed on my Rogue Ally X. I cannot wait to play that game. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to treat myself and end up buying the upgrade because I want good cars. But at the same time, I am weighing things out between the car pass or the anniversary edition of Fallout. the reason why I think the anniversary edition of Fallout can wait is because I can always double back to that. Whereas the Forza pack is something that I would love to have to be able to play online and customize cars and things like that. But where I'm coming from is, um, and I hope I'm not butchering her name, but Asha Sharma and Matt Booty, Aaron Greenberg, the former boss. These are all bosses currently. Some of us are bosses, some of us are capos. I consider myself a boss of my empire. Um, then there's, even people like previous bosses like Phil Spencer, they all communicated, and I applaud that. But I respect the fact that they're real people too. And the whole talking about them personally, or just because maybe a game comes out that you don't like, cursing at them or coming at them derogatory. It's not about being blocked. It's more about like, how would you feel? You know, like that's where I come from. Like, and I'm gonna say this too with the whole streaming thing. To be real with you, if you get involved with it, you have to have a thick skin. Okay. I know a lot of people think that not getting into political or racial or anything like that. I know a lot of people think that only because I'm African American, born in Philly. I currently live in Washington State, but I know a lot of people sometimes can figure that um, racial terms only get used towards African American streamers, which is a complete lie. People will get racial with you real fast. And people will cross the line. I've had people not respect the fact that, hey, I'm, not that way in a sense, or at the same time, breaking rules, and you have to have boundaries, Um, but like I said, that's kind of how I approach the executives. I'm always active on Twitter. I'm blue check marked over there, not to be above anybody else, because no matter how big I get, I'm a humble person. I'm, raised that way. And, at the same time, shout out to my mother, father, aunts, cousins, uncles, everybody that had an influence in that. Um, I am the type of person where I look at it like, imagine if you were the, let's say, head of Xbox, right? And basically you write a tweet happily about something like, I don't know, a upcoming game conference, and you get 1,000 hate messages, right? How would that make you feel? So before I hit tweet on everything, I always think like, okay, how does this sound being repeated? How does this sound being read? So it's not just Asher Sharma. I will tweet on Asher Sharma, Matt Booty, Aaron Greenberg, even with Nintendo, even though they don't respond to nothing, but mainly with executives, I try to keep it very level. If you ever see me asking for a game, it's not like begging for something not to be on PlayStation, because frankly, I don't care about that. I look at it more like, frankly, I don't care what somebody else plays. I care about what I'm playing. I care about what the community is playing. And I think that the smarter option business wise to kind of, put that out there is the fact that more games available in more places mean more games. You know, it's simple math. If a game costs $100 million to make, and you make, like, take Forza for instance. I'm not exactly, confirmed what the numbers are, but from what I know, they supposedly made like $140 million these past 3 days on just premium editions alone. So what that means is that basically, think about it. The game's only $100, and they made $140 million in a couple of days. As far as the whole game of the year conversation goes, um, do I think it's biased? Yes. Do I think it's biased towards PlayStation or Nintendo? No. I think it's more biased to whoever they feel is the latest hotness. I think that, in my opinion, Forza is the game of the year, banging out a 94 and have no sorts of graphics and everybody loving it. But in the year of Grand Theft Auto, I think no matter how that game lands, I think they're going to try to give it to it. I mean, that game could be, I'm not saying it's going to be, but that game could be complete trash. And everybody in the, audience will want it to be something like, like Forza or Madden. And that's the part that takes me out as well, to be honest. Talking to the 51 Dynasties while I'm setting this up. Um, Basically, Yeah, let me see something here. Basically, you'll have a game like Madden, right? And I'm not even gonna say just Madden, right? But you'll have a game like let me see which I want I want to help the wide receivers and tight ends get better, but at the same time I want to help the defensive linemen, but I think I've helped them already. So let's do a little bit of wide receiver help. And then we have 12 left that we'll keep for next week. Yeah, when you think about it, like Madden probably sells anywhere from 50 to $100 million worth of copies in the first 20 minutes, right? 2K does the same thing. Major League Baseball does the same thing. WWE does the same thing. But for some apparent reason, I could probably guess that this year's Game of the Year sports is going to be some unknown game, like a soccer, not like the major soccer, like, FIFA or nothing. It'll be like, I don't know, like a 4v4 basketball game that nobody really played. Why? I don't know. It's the same way like when the Avengers were making, like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if I can, Lord willing, I will be front row center when the Avengers start up again. I am not doing this. Um wait till it comes to services at home. Forget that. Like I'm trying to see this John day one in the theater. I'm trying to walk out like, yeah, oh my God, this happened and that happened, I couldn't believe this happened. So basically, what's their alternates? Oh my God, look, they got the old school Jaguar. Ooh, the old school Jaguar. All right. I'm not gonna bust out our alternates. I'm gonna save that for probably another home game. So I'm gonna go white. Let's see, we got white pants. What we got white, right? Okay, we got white jersey. The helmet can stay the helmet. I'm not worried about that. What about the pants? Can we go white? All right, we're gonna go white. What about the shoes? Can we go not black and white? Can we go white and black? Okay, cool. But yeah, Lord willing, thank God I have a amazing wife that's like, yeah, we can go see that. And then shout out to my moderator, Joe Bento. Uh uh Basically, if possible, I'm trying to take her and her wife as well, because I think it's gonna be amazing. I think the new Avengers is gonna start it all up again. I think that it's gonna spawn like Netflix TV shows and spin-offs and what do you call it? Netflix shows and spin-offs and comic books and merchandise. It's all going to start up again. It's a glorious day for a guy like me that's grown up watching these superheroes. Like it's kind of like it's kind of like one of those things where like you were into something when you were younger that a lot of people wasn't, and now the world's like, yo, that's pretty cool. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? Like Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball Z and also I've been told that no, not Naruto, but I have been told that Naruto and One Piece are amazing shows. So this weekend I will be subscribing to Crunchyroll to catch up on Dragon Ball Z, and I'm gonna try out some One Piece, and I'm gonna try out some Naruto as well, and also my man Yu-Gi-Oh. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know every Pokemon that was created. I only know the original 150, but I'm gonna see if I can check that out as well. But I say that to say that for me, I like to play games that I really love, and those are games like NBA 2K, Madden, Assassin's Creed, WWE. I like Grand Theft Auto, but I'm a little hesitant right there. I think that Grand Theft Auto Online would be fun, and I'm gonna kick this game over too. I think Grand Theft Auto, the new one, would be fun, but I just don't know if it's for me just yet. Look at this graphics, Jesus.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic Coast in the northeast corner of Florida.
Look at the graphics, bro. These intros are sick. With the jam. Oh, they got their dude out there. You know the Steelers got Snoop Dogg in their intro. I literally did not know that because we never played the Steelers. I played them last night, and Snoop Dogg brought them out. And I was like, yo, that's actually Snoop Dogg. That's not like a character. That's right, 6-1, boys. Let's go get it. Let's get this.
His team off to a sharp 6-1 start on this new campaign.
All right, everything looks like it's running well. We're getting good graphics. Nothing is stuttering, thank God. And also to put them out there too, because I'm pretty sure there's some tweets. Don't get me wrong, but after 70,000 tweets, I'm gonna have to leave it up to people on Twitter to find the tweet. But I'm pretty sure I brought up the guys Lightstream before. Shout out to Lightstream. They're the ones running the stream today, and it's running perfectly. So great job, guys. All right, let's get at it. Look at how big Jack Campbell is. Jesus Christ. What is he, like 6'10"? Let me see something real quick. Can I look up his height? Jesus. Jack Campbell looked like he about like 10 foot tall. What the hell? Let me see. Can I see his height? I'm not trying to like sub him out or nothing. Because I just want to see. He looks like extra tall. Bro, Jack Campbell is 6'5", 249. That is wild. I'm like 6'4", and you rarely see tall players like that.
On the game prior to
Let's
the
go cover 3 cloud.
and I think that win is critical.
Bring the heat.
Nobody wants to go into the bye
Bring the heat.
off of a
Give me
loss.
Carter. No, give me
It just
Smith off the
changes
side.
the energy in the building.
Here, boy.
Everyone starts
Come here,
questioning
Lawrence.
everything you're doing.
I'm talking about Nolan. Come on, Nolan.
Snap of the game. Nolan Smith
Big Nolan.
getting in there to drop him.
Okay, give me a second because I didn't adjust the wide receiver room. I knew that was all wrong. Okay, so Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams. We have DK Metcalf now. He's gonna be in there, and then we're gonna give it to Njoku on the bottom side. Marvin, I want to get better. DK is gonna be playing the slot. Left edge rusher is Nolan, but I want it to be. I think I need to sit Jonathan Grenard another week because he has a moderate chance of injury, and I don't want to get him hurt. So we're gonna sub him out for Njomu, and then also give me Matt Milano off the side. And then for defensive tackle is Vita and Dexter are back, which is great. And give me Nolan Smith off the middle to get him more reps. Off to Sam, they put in Matt Milano. I want Jeremiah Trotter in there so he can get his reps up. And then, wait, who's playing Will? They got him playing 2 positions? Bro, I'm glad I came in here. This is completely messed up. Put Matt Milano in there, and then put JOK back into Will, and then the Sam, excuse me. And then the other Sam should be, is he hurt? Please don't tell me he's hurt. Okay, yeah, put Isaiah in there at Sam with Jeremiah Trotter below him. And Mike, all the boys, line them up. Will is going to be Zach Vaughn with Matt Milano and also Fusaid. Hope I'm calling his name correctly. Cornerback, seems like we're light one. Tariq is, of course, hurt. Kool-Aid, wait, what about the one ball? Where is he? Is he in? Okay, so Kool-Aid is in, and he's going to be playing that position. And then we can swing down to rush left edge. I understand Jonathan Grenard is moderate, but I don't, want to lose him for the season. So we're going to go ahead and bring Jeremiah Trotter off the side. More reps is more reps. Rush right edge is going to be Max Crosby. I said Matt Crosby. Max Crosby, and also give me Jahad Campbell. Give me Jahad Campbell off the side, and then we have Jeremiah Trotter. Jeremiah Trotter is coming off the left. Give me let's get a little creative. Give me Matt Milano off the side. Rush defensive tackles for the rush, I feel should be the speedsters, more of Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Jomu. And then for the nose tackles, I feel as though it should be Big Vita Vea, up the middle with Jordan Davis and Dexter Lawrence. And we're bringing the beef. That's 347, 336, and 342. So that's 900 pounds of muscle coming at you. Sub linebackers is going to be all the boys. Slot cornerback is going to be Cooper DeJean with Lassiter and Benford behind him. And then slot wide receiver is going to be my man, Big DK Metcalf. I am a big fan of DK Metcalf. I want Marvin Harrison below him. And then below them should be David Njoku. All right, let's roll. Cover 3 Sky.
To start this drive. Work to do
All
now.
right, Dexter's playing back, so it's probably a pass. Could be wrong. How can we get after it?
Here's
Let's go. How do you have all this? So basically, what you want to do, if you're playing online, is you want to.
It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage.
Hit him.
For everything you get.
Put him down. Good hit, y'all. Good defense. That's what I'm talking about. So basically, what I do is I kill the salary cap. And the reason why I do that is because myself personally, I feel as though it's unrealistic. 1 second. This shouldn't work. Let me turn the headset down so I'm yelling at you. What I do normally is I take the salary cap off because I feel as though the salary cap is very halfback dive. I feel as though the salary cap is very unrealistic. Basically, they don't increase it every year, so it's kind of hard to make it work. It's just a headache that I don't feel like dealing with, to be honest. Good run, Saquon. I can tell they're holding out a minute. Give me the dagger. So yeah, I take the salary cap off, and with the salary cap being off, to even up things, hold on a second. Right there. Get that first Dallas. That's Big Dallas right there. Did you know that his dad named him Dallas after the Dallas Cowboys? I think we can get this. Big Saquon. He got that. No, I got one for him. I normally don't bust it out this early, but let's see what we got. How did they line up? Oh, they gave up the middle.
They'll run the sneak.
That's right, that quarterback sneak. But yeah, what happened was basically I killed the salary cap, but to make things more interesting for the NFL, I increased, shout out to my moderator T. He was like, hey, you should turn the draft class up to strong, and I've never done that before. And when I turned it up, it completely changed the game. Like it basically puts like superstars at almost every position for the draft. It was, give it to him. Right there. I got hit. Give me the level of sale. Basically, I turn the draft class up to strong. And what that means is that a lot of players that are real-life players get replaced very fast. So, and then I also have the salary cap off, so not a lot of players come into free agency like that. Going with it.
Shotgun snap now to Hurts.
Big Dallas, come on, Big Dallas. It was in your hands, Big Dallas. Give me the floor. So yeah, basically with the draft class being strong, you're guaranteed typically one X factor at every position every year. So that's why I was able to get what I do is I'm gonna say, Dallas gonna give him that shot. That's what I'm talking about, Big Dallas. Right. So yeah, what happens is with there being no salary cap, players like who's untradeable. Like some players are like literally untradeable in general, and what you have to do is give up like multiple first round picks. Like with Max Crosby, I flip a lot of trades, so I was able to give the Raiders what they wanted in real life, which was 2 first round picks. One thing I love when I was like,
run the draw with Barkley.
I'm talking about Big Barkley. Once I got notified, first of all, I would love to have Max Crosby with his rap skills in Philadelphia. I think that would be incredible to have him on a track with like Beanie Siegel, and like freeway and stuff like that. Hold on one second. Come on. Get it, Dallas. It's okay. It's okay. I'll put you in an awkward position. Let's get it.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game.
Good.
Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often.
You hit me with that one.
When you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels
Looking
a
at
lot
you,
better
Kyle.
after you take that hit after a catch than it does
Oh,
after a
Big
drop.
Kyle's open. There's Big Kyle Pitts right there. Pennsylvania. Oh, Pitts. So yeah, the thing of it is, with the salary cap being off, it doesn't just benefit me. Like I know, I was trying to get who's the player I was trying to get today? It literally wasn't coming up off of, like Max Crosby. I had to give him like 2 first-round picks, a couple good players that I picked up from free agency, and I was able to get them. And then what I turned around and did was I traded away in the first year, which was this year. I traded away 3 years worth of draft picks, 1 through 7. And I got some of my favorite players across the NFL, like Vita Vea, Kyle Pitts. I'm a big fan of Kyle Pitts as a tight end. Vita Vea, the big Polly, over there, and the Oos over there from the Buccaneers. I also picked up hold on a second. I also picked up Trayvon, the other Oos, and I went and got a lot of people, really, and I went and got people that I like that fit on the team, and it evened out very well. I also played on, hold on one second, who's that off the side? Pardon? Come here! Get down! Also went and got give me Smith. Come on over. Come on, get him. Get him. Also went and got Jonathan Bernard. Sauce Gardner was picked up through injury. He was actually hurt the week before I traded for him, so hold on a second. Yeah. What's his name? Sauce Gardner was actually hurt, and then they downgraded him from X Factor to Superstar. So what it is I started the season after the Super Bowl, not intentionally, but my original franchise got covered to. Yeah, come here. I gotta stop playing lineman. So yeah, what happened was I started after the Super Bowl, so it gave me the ability to run the Super Bowl, go after a max.
Tight end motioning left.
Come on. Oh my God, that was my fault.
And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front,
so
turn
yeah,
around, hand the ball to your
basically
back,
when
and say, okay,
I wouldn't worry about the
not,
picks,
we're gonna get a
I would
fresh
worry
set of
more about
downs,
the players.
maintain possession,
Like
and now
there's
continue to find opportunities to
that's a
generate
problem.
points.
Good defense, Sauce. That's what I'm talking about, brother. We're talking about good coverage. What happens is when you turn the draft class up to strong and you turn the salary cap off, they generate. Come here. Yeah. Oh, that was my fault, y'all. I should have hit him in the backfield. Body up the receivers, go edge blitz on. It was completely my fault. Come here.
It's Lawrence.
Get over here.
Forced to just throw that one away.
Getting louder now.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of
he gonna
the
go for it on
throws,
4th and 4?
clearly not
Give me
intended
Nolan.
to be
Give me
caught.
Nolan. He might
Really
come up the
smart
middle.
play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Yeah. Get over here.
Lawrence throwing on 4th down.
Good hit. Put him down when you can put him down.
ETN. And he's gonna
Yeah, I would say don't worry about the hits. You know, it's good to have a lot of picks because basically after that first year, because Madden protects the rookies, which is understandable because not a lot of teams trade rookies. Oh my God! Give me the ball! Give me the ball!
And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do.
Mike, we hear that
You're running with
run
us.
after
Not
catch so
enough.
often, and sometimes
Not
people
enough.
miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch.
Yeah, what happened was
Before it
basically
turns into a run, you have to
didn't really care
secure the
about the
ball
picks.
as
Look
a
at that
ball
hit.
carrier, right?
Let me
It
get
needs
a
to be
clip
put
on
away.
that. 1 second. Crap. Can't record, I guess, because I'm live.
Pressure, front tip up against your body.
But yeah,
All
what
of
happened
that is
was
kinda
I really
taken
didn't
for
care about the
granted.
picks like that.
Catching it is
And
just
then,
step
they
one.
loading the box.
You've
Hold on, let
got
me
to
switch this
secure
up.
the ball before you become
Going with
a
it.
runner.
Ha!
Play
Come
action.
on, come on.
Here's Hurts.
Downfield!
Rush to his left.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
Downfield for Pitts.
That would have been nice.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, so I didn't really care about the picks and
You
start
can
things
chalk
off.
that one up as a
And
win.
it put us in a situation where it was like, go with the run, establish run. But don't speed it. All right, okay.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Give me the Seattle.
Clearly about the job of this defensive line.
They're dropping the box. Williams, I'm looking at you. Go and get it.
To be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back.
That's intercepted.
And they hold him to
Oh, no, it's not. Williams. That's what I'm talking about, Williams. Great catch. Great catch.
That's his first reception of the ball game, and it really comes at a good time.
Halfback
as they
stretch.
get
So yeah,
conversion on third down.
some games that,
So they
you know,
come
talking
to the
that game and
line
topic.
for
First of all, let me
first
say
down
this, and I
and
know.
10.
Go with the Saquon? Okay. I'm not by any means a boisterous type of dude, but let me tell you like this. The next Xbox could cost, I mean, my Xbox Roll God X cost $1,000. The next Xbox, going with the Saquon, going with the Saquon. The next Xbox could cost $2,000, and I'm still gonna buy it. And I know that sounds, outlandish. Do I think they're gonna charge $2,000 for the base Xbox? No. But hold on a second. Going with it, going with it. There you go. Going with it, Smitty. Going with it, Smitty. Off of him. I feel as though, if you charge $1,000 for the Xbox or $1,000X, you're not going to downgrade that price because it's a premium product. There's no chance in hell that the Xbox, in my opinion, comes out at $1,000. Now, what they could do is they could release a halfback inside zone. They could release a two-stage approach. 1 second. Go with it. Get off of him. That wasn't a touchdown? Oh, y'all got lucky. What happens is, like, it's how can I say this wisely? I did a little bit of college. Really wasn't for me like that, but I did enough to understand business economics and what they taught us in product placement. That's right, Big Saquon. You didn't even get that. I had to finish it. In basic math, when you buy something for $1, you sell it for $2, right? So what happens is the Xbox Roll God X is, I don't want to say it was a test, but I feel like it was a product to see if there was enough interest in the field of a hybrid PC style console. Now, I know that this makes, Microsoft extremely happy because from what I know, I could be wrong, but it has been reported that, and I need to move back a little bit to PS TV. It has been reported in the past that
his kick is good. And the Eagles
it has been reported in the past that Bill Gates always wanted Xbox to include Windows, even though Windows is massively popular, just as popular, I think, as Apple and stuff. Some people use Apple, some people use Windows. But for me, I had a Steam Deck first, and shout out to Steam. I had no static with them. I was like, Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit him. Yeah, so basically, the Rogue Ally X came out, and I got one. Thank the Lord. It was a gift from the wife and mother at the time. And basically, what happened was, I had a Steam Deck, and I was like, all right, I hear this thing can play Steam. Come on, get him. Get down! That's right, Nolan. That's right, Nolan. I don't wonder what you Nolan. Nolan Smith.
He gets in to record his second sack of the game, number 4.
That's right, 4th of the season. All right, now they're going to be expecting a little bit of a blitz. Let's go cover 4 quarters.
Now a timeout for Jacksonville.
Oh, they call it timeouts? It is only a minute 14 left. I didn't even notice that.
Together prior to
so, yeah, do I think they're going to do a 2-SKU system? I think it's a possibility. I think, all right, now I came at him with Nolan, so they're going to be protecting Nolan, so let's hit him with Max.
To throw is
Just on the ground.
He's got Myers on the
3rd and 12. Let's see how they play it. Okay, bring the heat. Give me Nolan. No. We got a runner. Oh, we got him down. Shouldn't have brought the blitz. That's cool. It's cool. So yeah, is that in my opinion, if someone's asking, get him, Jay. Okay, that's right, Jay. Gotta hold him up. Cover 6, Willie. 14 seconds. They're in field goal range.
To throw is Lawrence.
Timeout.
He will find Thomas.
All right, they're going to take the field goal. I kind of think they're going to back. I was calling timeout to try to get the ball back. Going back here in case they try some ridiculousness. Okay, they're on the board. I think I might try it all out. I think I may, if they allow me to not get the pass. I'm gonna get on the guy. If I can fair catch it, let me see if I can fair catch it. All right, they kicked it out the field. That's kind of what I wanted. Let me see something here. I had this one play. I called it over the top rope. It's not called that. I like to call it over the top rope. Big wrestling fan. Let's see what we got. Going with it. Oh my God, I got hit. Crap. Didn't have enough time. So yeah, as we go through halftime, basically, do I think Xbox is gonna do 2 SKUs?
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
I think it's a possibility.
We are into week 8, and we're starting to get a sense as to who are the haves and who are the have-nots.
Shout out to my best man, know who the haves and the have-nots.
Our spin around the
basically,
NFL
dang, the Niners are 1-6.
We begin at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The 49ers at home for an NFC West battle with the Seattle Seahawks.
Get off of me.
And this is Jackson Smith-Njigba. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here.
They just won that zone, too. They almost lost to 1-16.
The Seahawks walk it off.
Chargers
they win
2-5.
in overtime.
Rams 3-4.
Next up, it's the Battle of Los
Battle
Angeles.
of LA.
Rams Chargers at SoFi.
Let me find out the Rams.
And it's the veteran Matthew Stafford.
This man
he went for more than 300
cartwheels.
yards passing, including this, one of his 3 touchdowns
through
the air.
That.
The Rams get back to 500. They move to 4-4 with this victory.
Buccaneers, Steelers.
One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa. The Buccaneers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dang, they demolished that daggone line. I don't know who that offensive lineman is, but if they show that again.
Power, a brilliant run
he monstered
for the touchdown.
that dude. That's what gave him that touchdown.
The Buccaneers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win.
And turn on the
and with that, a look here at the rest of the action in Week 8 around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Do I think that they're going to do the 2 SKU thing, where it's like they gave it to Kool-Aid. Okay. I see Kool-Aid. That's a good one. Do I think they're going to do the 2 SKU thing? I think it's a possibility. I think that they could say, okay, we're going to have
been doing it through the air
He did
and on
corner
the ground
double.
this first month of the season. Currently leading the NFL in rush yards
Looking
by
at you,
quarterback.
Wilson. Go and get it.
Hurts looking to throw on first down.
Go with it. Don't let him catch you.
It's Wilson.
Yeah.
He will dive
Yeah.
into the end zone.
Mike. Yeah.
72 yards. Touchdown,
That's right.
Philadelphia.
And he want to be here. You know, that man got open real quick. Yeah, so the thing of it is, I feel like they thought very smart with the handheld option. I'm pretty sure if I ever find it, which is immensely hard when you have as many tweets as I have, I tweeted at Xbox several times. I kind of maybe badgered them a little bit. Do I feel as though like I'm responsible for them creating a handheld? I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I would say that myself and every other Xbox person that wanted a handheld is what drove them to do it. But I think it was very smart that they released the Xbox Rogue X at 1,000 for people like myself that are hardcore that want the best of the best when it comes to their gaming. And I think it was also smart. Hold on a second. They gave Jack a shit and forced him to go right. I think it was also smart that they had the Xbox Rogue Ally, which is, I think I want to say 500 now, or 599, close to 600. 1 second, because I should have called code before. We'll take that. Kamari, that's what I'm talking about. Kamari, yeah. I'm talking about Kamari, walk it out. Kamari.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers
play there. That
find
was
the
tough.
urge to chase those points. They tend to get a
on
little
it,
bit
too.
overeager. They tend
He
to
read him
push
the whole way, like,
envelope
nah, I'll
sometimes
take that.
a little too far. Those turnovers, they only
That's what I'm
make
talking
the deficit grow,
So
not shrink.
I think it's good,
There's a
myself
lot of
personally,
football left,
and the
Mike.
reason
They
why
can
I
still
think
get
there
back
will
into
be
this.
like
They
a
just
budget
have to be a
option
little bit
for the next
smarter
console
about which
is because I'm
risks
starting to
you're
notice a
willing
lot
to
of
take.
brands doing that. Like myself personally, I noticed that there's a like the MacBook I bought was like top flight. Like I'm talking like M1 chip. I was like, don't get it. Crap! I should have hit the whole harder. Give me a second. Give me. Let's hit him with a little, here, halfback curl.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Going with it. 1 second.
Off the play fake.
I'm in danger.
Rolling right. Runs with it.
Hold on a second. A text message. Give me 1 moment. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. One second. Gotta respond to family. Family first. You know, family first. Oh, hit the tablet. Oh, it's going down. Wait 1 second. There it is. Okay, tablet is running there. Stop moving my screen. I gotta get another. I'll probably stop past Timu and look to get crap. And look to get me a phone holder. But yeah,
really
inside zone. So yeah, what I was saying was,
go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner.
Going with it.
Slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Good run, Saquon. Who's injured? No.
He'll be marked
No. Big Cam is down.
Following a gain of 6.
All right, Will. All right, it's time
we have
for
an Eagle who is shaken up.
Big
As
Will
the athletic
DeVoe.
training staff
Bill
looks at him,
DeVoe.
we'll step away for a moment.
He going in at center.
First and
See
10.
what the rookie got. They're stacking the box. They're coming after us. He do with the quick slant. Going with it. Smitty.
Hurts now.
You ain't on him. No huddle. If they brought the blitz, they don't have a lineman out there. He ain't comeback slide. Looking at you, Dallas. They're dropping in coverage. Going with it. Aha.
Fake the give.
Cut.
Now it's Hurts. He keeps it himself.
No huddle.
And they
No huddle.
continue to be
No
tough
huddle.
to stop.
ISO. Straight up the middle.
As they are set up
Going with it.
first and goal.
That's right.
Is into the end
Get on
zone
it.
for an Eagle touchdown.
Get on it.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that
So yeah, the
does
thing about
not
it was,
happen without unbelievable
it was a little bit of
blocking
an
up front.
adjustment,
Let's give the
you know,
big
because I've
guys
never,
all the credit
you
in the
know,
world.
worked
He's able to
without
displace
a
the
computer
defense right
when
there
it's
at the
come to
point of
streaming.
attack, and
But
that's
what
about
I've
as easy
learned
a
is
goal
that
line
basically,
touchdown as you're going to see all year.
as a shout out to anybody, you don't really need a max-powered PC to do massive streaming. As you can see, my stream is clear, it's visible, the audio is good, the graphics are great, and I'm not running it from my computer. Bruce Hand Cam will return soon. Nope. Time for Will. What's his first name? I said Bill. I know Bill DeVoe is my nickname for him. But as far as centers go, yeah, Wayne Bill DeVoe. He is coming in at center. Cam, you are done for the day. I don't need you getting hurt. Let me make sure you are not on the line as far as a worker on the line. No, you are not. Okay. So yeah, the thing of it was, I was able to get the Xbox Roll Gala X. I've done a review of it on my the Empire's web. My knee. I've done a review of it on my website previously. Myself personally, I think it's worth every dollar because it not only brings together PC gaming, but as well as console gaming. It's a premium product. It plays like a premium product.
So following
the graphics
score,
are
here comes Elliott to
very
kick this
high
one
rated
away.
as far as I'm concerned. I can't wait to see.
This one taken at the 7.
I can't wait to see
And he's brought
the
down
graphics
right
on Forza.
at the 25-yard line.
I'll probably try to see something. I might see something on NBA 2K tonight on it, just to see, test out how NBA 2K runs and stuff. At the same time, I love the product. So what I was concerned about. Hold on a second.
24.
Ah,
Throwing
he
is
going.
Lawrence.
Hit the ball. That's right, Max.
And no turnover
He's
here.
on
The
Max.
guard's able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass
Couple three
rusher
plays match. So yeah, the thing about it was,
and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able
cover
to
three
fall
match.
on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Get after it.
Now second down throw for
Ooh, good
Lawrence.
tackle.
And he'll be very close to a
Third and
first
two.
down. Won't quite have
Bring the
enough.
heat on Overshaw and
Now a
Brady.
much more
I
advantageous
feel like I
spot.
can trust the boys to go one-on-one with the
Now
wide
a
receivers.
3rd and 2.
Oh, I missed him.
Run for the first.
Oh, I thought it would have got him when they got
He's
that
gonna
first.
out there for the first down.
Yeah, so what happened was basically, I I feel like the
There's a big
Xbox One is
conversation
actually
going
worth
on right now around
every
the NFL
penny
about what is the true
that
value of having a
is
run game.
given.
And I've always thought it comes down to being good at three
I have
situations.
games
Can you run the ball
like
in the fourth
Steam
quarter with the
games,
lead?
like
How well can
actual
you run the
Steam
ball on the
games.
goal
Let's
line?
test that.
And then in this case, how
Ooh, way
well
to
can
hunt
you
him
run the ball
down. Way
in
to hunt him
short yardage
down.
situations?
I have access to Steam games. I have access to Xbox games. I have access to Ubisoft Connect, as well as EA PC games and things like that. So to me, it's well worth the money that I paid. Make him go left. Right.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping
Nicholson
for, Mike, is that
too.
the defense can't react quickly
So
enough
Nolan's
because the
going
ball's
to be dropping
going
in
out so
coverage.
high.
Give me that.
They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Left side, caught by
Good hit.
and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Cover for a match.
They'll break the huddle.
I feel as though it's worth all the money was there. So when I say that the next
Back to throw. Lawrence.
hard hitting ball, hard hitting, you're gonna pick every catch you get.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule.
I feel as though, in my opinion, that basically with the next Xbox, the reason why I say $2,000 is because I normally will take that. That's us. That's us right there. Right? That's us right there.
Defense does it again.
And with all this talk about ball
I think myself personally that the
just becomes mental.
next Xbox has to be over 1,000,
the more you
or
stress it in practice,
the base
it almost
Xbox
gets
has to
worse.
be
It's
1,000
one of those
at
things
bare
that when
minimum.
it starts to
Because
spiral,
I feel like if they,
it's just
I
hard
mean,
to
like
pull
what I was saying,
yourself
what I was concerned about was the fact that, and that's why I wrote a tweet that you might have saw, not because I never direct message anyone. I always put it in a public.
And remember now,
What you mean it was a turnover? I mean, I didn't even get to see it. Let me see.
So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee.
He might have been on the
or any
ground.
other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose.
No, I don't think he was on the ground.
And
I
are the
could be wrong,
visuals
though.
convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is
Go edge blitz,
that one
bring everybody up the
overturned.
middle.
They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble.
All right, let's go.
Ah,
Working out of the gun is Lawrence. And
that was a nice one. That was a nice one. Pulled the coverage and he saw it coming. I knew I should have played the air, but it's cool. I take that chance.
It's his
So yeah, the thing of it was basically, it took a little figuring out to figure out how to update it and how to go about buying games. But after having it so long, I've become super comfortable with it. It is not a second option to game it. It's actually an alternate to my first. Like a game that I'm looking at trying out tonight. Once I stop the stream, would be something like NBA 2K26. I kind of want to see what's up with some Assassin's Creed. I also want to, maybe check out some Mafia. So, what's it? Come on.
They'll take this from the
Probably cut a little bit more money about that. So yeah, with the next Xbox, I feel like they can only go to
we are through three.
they can only go
And Sunday
at
night
1,000.
primetime
I don't think if you were to release an Xbox at like the top tier of Xbox at somewhere around let's say $780, the average person is going to say, okay, the average consumer is going to think, is the handheld better than that console? And it can really mess with your sales. Hold on one second.
on play action. Here's Hurts.
Waited too long.
That is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official.
Mesh.
Who was right there.
Ooh, they're stacking the box.
Pass, it's incomplete, and it's second down.
Trimmer. Delta.
I'll run up the middle with
No huddle, they're bringing the blitz.
this defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of
He
a
ain't
couple.
slide.
And it's third down.
Delta.
On On third down, here's Hurts. Taking off, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out.
Okay, we got it back.
Center, able to rein it in.
Playing away.
Retain possession. On fourth down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse.
Superstar Stonehouse. Go get him, Stone. Come on, come on, come on. Sit down.
Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure
Yeah, so the thing about it is, with the price of everything going up, I would say that
once again.
if if the next Xbox was $2,000, I would do everything. I'm already myself putting aside for the next Xbox. That's why
Now Lawrence.
that's why I chose to grab a 1 terabyte Xbox Series S, because I'm just kind of riding it out until
longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand.
I think I'm just riding it out until basically the new Xbox is announced or released. I'm pretty sure there'll be a drop in a lot of accessories and things that go along with Xbox. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Fable. I can't wait to play Forza.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the
hands
of his receiver, and then see what he can do after
wait, is the TV up?
And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of
I can't wait to get into Forza. I can't wait to play Fable. The games that were mentioned at
these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page.
The games that were mentioned at that conference that they had, I liked a lot of those. The Yakuza looking game, I really like that as well. Hold on a second.
On first and 10, Lawrence. And no chance to turn and go.
No timeouts, gentlemen. Play it on the field.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 8.
At the 48-yard line.
Silver. Here's Lawrence to throw.
We'll take that.
The Eagles have it.
Big Zach ball, put it on Zach.
They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Liquidated him. So, yeah, I've said it several times. I'm okay with the higher price, because I know it's going to be a monster. I know it's going to give me graphics that have never been seen before. I also know... You hit the kicker?
The kick is good, but
there are penalty
flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
I do feel myself that, to be honest, I know it's going to be a monster. They've already told us that it's going to play your PC games, being Steam and other platforms.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick
I
this one
myself
away.
have started to put away from it. I've started to put up for it so that way it doesn't catch me off guard. Like I don't want it to be something where the new Xbox launches and I have to come up with $2,000 in 3 months or something like that. Being a husband and a brother and an uncle, god uncle and son and stuff like that. There's responsibilities. Hold on one second. I'm gonna hunt him down. Come here.
They'll give it to
You got that. Get him. Okay. That's a good one. I'll give you that. That's a good one. Being all of that puts you into a point sometimes where you have other
18 yards.
responsibilities,
A
other
great way
places,
to start the
so you
drive.
can't
It's a
necessarily,
first down.
just randomly spend a lot of
Nice
cash at
job
one
by them
time.
getting the back to
But
the
if you
perimeter,
think
and he's able
logically
to get
and
outside,
know,
stick his
okay,
foot in the
the
ground, and
baseline
then
is
get
probably
vertical
1,000
right
and
down the
higher,
numbers.
then
Those
it's
are the type
smart
of
to
runs
start.
this offense wants to see more of going forward.
It's smart to start putting aside for it, so that way when it does come out, you just have to, come up with maybe half or a little bit more to make it permanent. So that's my plan.
And 6.
Hey, easy, Ralph, turn, it's a
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's to Hunter. He's got it right side.
It's cool knowing you were playing
Taken
coverage.
down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Oh, let move over.
Jaguars, first
Right.
down.
Lisa 24.
First and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
6-yard line.
Right back to Hunter.
Um,
And he is out
but
of
yeah, I know a lot of
bounds
people
down at the
think this is
21.
just an Xbox thing. It really isn't. To be honest, what's going to end up happening is it is going to be mirrored by PlayStation. There's no way PlayStation is going to,
Lawrence. No one open. He'll drive
there's no
to his
way
running
that
back. And
PlayStation
they'll get about
isn't
half
high.
what they needed.
I think a lot of people
Pick
are
up a
hoping
5 and sets up
that it's not
second
because
and 5.
I'm coming after you.
Down to the flat, and it's
Get inbound tackles, boy.
I think the days where
The inbound
quarterbacks are
tackle.
either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
That'll be caught. It's Hunter.
Over 4 quarters.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
First down.
They'll run it here with Etienne. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal. At the 7-yard
To throw is Lawrence. And he'll just chuck this one to the sideline. Receiver in the area, so no grounding, but it's third down.
brings up third and goal.
Hey, Lion. Here we go.
Now here's Lawrence.
Destroy him.
On the run to
Oh, he
the
got the
right.
one. He got
This
the
is
one.
going to be a touchdown. It's too low, too
Yeah,
late.
so basically I'll probably, because I wanted to test the system out and make sure that it runs well and everything. We
This
seem
stage
to
of
be
the
clear
game, the
on
score is
YouTube,
really irrelevant.
and we also seem to be clear everywhere else. So basically what's going to happen is this is going to be the standard run, but I will probably make this my final game. Look a little bit into the franchise, see if there's any moves I want to make before week 8, and then you go ahead and shut it down. I'm going to move on to my Xbox One X. I also did the SR51 media show earlier today, so I don't think it needs to be another one. Will I check in to have a conversation of it? Maybe. Talking about the new Xbox does kind of have me like, maybe we should have a conversation about that and kind of break down why some things might cost the way they do. Basically, what I would say is that a start? I know we can. You can kind of explain in my eyes why I think, but let's just take the knee and do the right thing and get about here. With any injuries or something like that, chasing points.
The defense can stop it twice more.
Okay, stop it.
So
There you go.
it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And make that a 5th
5 straight running.
victory. As they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X
Great game.
at EA
Great
Madden
game.
NFL. Jacksonville. Good night, everyone.
Trevor played a good game. I knew he was going to be a good quarterback, but he's working out pretty well. First had 2 touchdowns. Cool. 160-something yards. No interceptions. Great. Did we get any player upgrades for it? Oh, what did we go to? Oh, we went to 24. just shy of 25. Got the sure tackler badge. Got some crits. Okay. Okay, Nolan got better with his 2 sacks. Let's put this on speed rusher. He's now at 88. He's playing, amazing. I don't think Nolan cares if he's not number 1. Yeah. Nolan wants a mentor, which I don't have any of. Kyle Pitts puts this on vertical threat. He's now playing as an 80. He's playing as an 84. Their mentalities are up, which is great. Teams are running great. I think he worked his way back up to superstar. Right and defensive breakout. Okay. May not be the game we wanted from you, but the defense played well. It's good to see these guys really play like a team. Kamar Lassiter said, they did a lot to limit my impact out there, but I had to focus on setting up others to make the plays. Unselfish play is a coach's dream. Great work out there. Kamar Lassiter has earned 4,500 XP. Okay. And we're in week 8, right? There was one thing I wanted to look at, which was the Sam position that kind of stuck out to me a little bit. I wanted to see Isaiah and how he's coming along. Top 14, number 11. You don't necessarily need to bring in another Sam. For me to bring in another Sam, I would want 6 cornerbacks. I felt like I had a roster just where I wanted. So we're going to advance to next week, and we're going to put really nobody up for trade. I think I finally got the roster where I want it. If the trade deadline goes, if the trade ability goes away, that's cool with me. Okay, we're up to level 8 now. We're up to level 8 now. What's defensive breakout? Let's see what this is. Kamar Lassiter is one of the best players in coverage. I think we should push him to have a big game. 2 pass deflections and an interception. Choose new goal. 4 tackles, 3 pass deflections. Let's move him all over and use him a bunch of different ways. I want some tackles in the run game. He can be a focus factor in the game. If we're going to call him a lead, he's able to do everything. Agreed, that input. Okay, Lassiter is getting better and better. Storyline in the zone. Let's see what's up.
The regular season has reached its halfway point, and as the team looks ahead to the rest of the year, it's time to check in with players and set the goals that will drive them the rest of their season.
Hey, Jalen, thanks for stopping by. You've had a great season so far. Thanks, Coach. Just trying to lead by example out there and hope it inspires the rest of the team. Okay, let's talk about the second half of the season. What's your goal for the rest of the season? Well, Coach, you tell me. What part of my game are we going to be focusing on? Touchdowns. If we focus using your arm, how many passing touchdowns do you think you'll end up with at the end of the year? My goal is to throw 40 touchdowns. I'm ready to lead by example, and I know we have the talent and drive to make this a reality. That's good. Going to be a difficult goal, but I support your commitment. Let's do our best to reach those numbers. Okay, let me see how many touchdowns Jalen Hurts has already. Okay, he already has 20, and we still got like another 10 games to play, so he'll probably get to 40. That'll probably be a good goal. We have some upgrades. Let's see what it's for. Kamar Lassiter getting better and better. He doesn't. I think this chair is hot because of the lights. He doesn't play the slot. I would put this on man-to-man, taking him to 89. Boost his zone and man coverage. His man coverage is up to 90, and his zone coverage is up to 90 itself, and play recognition is up to 92. His motivations are team franchise quarterback. He's loving the team so far, and I'm glad for that. Is the trade window still open? Oh yeah, I guess it is. Kamar Lassiter. 1 second. Let me answer this text. Yeah, so let's see. I'm not in the business of trading Kamar Lassiter. Jack Campbell's been getting a lot of offers, which is understandable. He's a great lineman, and there's no lineman coming out of the draft. Let's see what free agency looks like. Grover Stewart got released. That's surprising. He's a very good defensive tackle, star, 9 years in the league. Um, Having someone like him on the team, what's his motivations? Close to home Georgia, which would work for him being in Philly, historic championships and Super Bowl chance. Um, I would say pick him up, right? Before the trade window ends. And let's see how he fits in. Grover comes in as an 84. He's 32 years old. He's 1 year older than Vita Vea. His speed and acceleration is pretty good. Like I said, motivations have worked pretty good as well. Um, I'm not going to force to try to make some fast trade right now. I'm just going to keep him on the team. Like I said, this is where I'm going to stop for this stream. Just to make everybody aware going forward. Like I said, it will be TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube where I am live. Mondays are pretty hard for really anybody starting off a week, so I'm gonna try and possibly be live Monday. It depends on what time I actually get in the house. At the same time, I do want to do daily gaming news, and I did a little bit of that today, so I'll probably take a break and call this the rest of the day with content. But like I said, I want to thank all the mods that were here. Manny, shout out to Manny. Shout out to Luigi, shout out to Ben, and I understand if other mods couldn't show up, and shout out to them as well. I want you guys and gals to have a blessed rest of your day. Stay safe, stay blessed out there. Be sure to look after your mental, physical, and spiritual health. Spend time with family. If you don't have family, spend time with your wife or husband. If you don't have them, spend time with some friends. But have a good time, chill, and hopefully you have a great start to your week. And I will talk to you at another time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.